Hey y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to Leading Through Serving and this free Logos Bible software training. We're going to be looking at what is probably my favorite feature in Logos Bible software, and that is the Factbook. The Factbook is going to help you with people, places, things. It is an amazing feature that makes this free software well worth the money that you don't pay for it. So let's go ahead and dive right into the Factbook. All right, let's take a look at the Factbook. Again, you're going to go on your home page. Now, let's say you got several things open here. You've been looking at your library. You've been doing some searches. You got your Bible open. And you're like, I want to start from scratch. Remember, just click on this Close All tab and close everything. And then we're going to take this Factbook, and I want you to go and drag it over with me. Make sure it all turns gray so that you can have a full screen. And we're going to look at the Factbook alongside our Bible, because we're looking at a passage in Matthew, and we see where Jesus comes into this district called Caesarea Philippi. Anytime you come to a place name, you need to pause and say, where is this place? What do I need to know about this place? Why? Because Caesarea Philippi is very important because it's a place where pagan gods were worshipped. And as Jesus is looking down in this district, he asks a question: who do people say the Son of Man is? And ultimately, Peter says that he is the Christ. He confesses him as God over all these pagan gods in this valley in Caesarea Philippi. How do I know that? How do I know that? I know that because the Factbook tells me so. Because I'm stopping here and I'm saying, Factbook open. I want to know about Caesarea Philippi. Click here. And it's going to open up this tab. And guess what? It's going to pronounce the name of the place for you. So click on this.
Caesarea Philippi.
So if you don't know how to pronounce stuff, or the name is just all out of sorts, Logos pronounces the name of every place in the Factbook for you. It also gives you this brief description of Caesarea Philippi, a town near Mount Hermon where Peter confessed Jesus to be the Christ. And then it's going to give you a couple of key articles in this free version of the software. The first article is from Lexham Bible Dictionary, which is a very lengthy article. It's pretty detailed. But the other article that I want you to look at is the Easton's Bible Dictionary. So I want you to look at the Lexham, but also Easton's. I'm going to open Easton's and look at what it says here in Easton's. It says that it was, this place was the Canaanite sanctuary of Baal, which was a god in this culture. And then they worship their god Pan in this place. And then Herod decides he's going to build a temple, which he dedicates to a Caesar, Caesarea Philippi. And he dedicates that place to this Caesar by building a temple, which is worshiping not just these pagan gods, but also emperor worship. So Jesus is asking them this in the context of pagan worship and the worship of kings. And he's saying that all these kings and all these gods pale in comparison to me. And Peter recognizes this on the mountain and says that you are the Messiah. You are the Christ. This is how you get that information. You go to your Factbook, you click on those entries. Again, Lexham is a little bit longer. It's going to tell you the biblical relevance. It's going to tell you the geography and then some history, and then give you a bibliography if you want to go check out some other resources. But if you want a quick hit on the places, just go to Easton's Bible Dictionary. It's easy. It's going to give you cross references to what Caesarea Philippi was called before in the Bible. So it appears in Joshua, Judges, First Chronicles. I encourage you to go back and look at those passages so you can understand what this place was like before. But that's one of the things that you need to understand. Then they have this media section too. So if you want to know where it's located in the Middle East, you want to say, okay, where is Caesarea Philippi today? You can grab one of these maps, take it into your window. And as you see, that window shows the Middle East. And guess where Caesarea Philippi is? It's going to be right here north side of Galilee. This is probably the northernmost location Jesus went in his day as he's traveling around. And it's right here at the top, north of Galilee, and definitely north of Jerusalem. Okay, so that's what Caesarea Philippi is. What about Corinth? Remember we talked about Corinth? Let's go ahead and practice what we preach, right? Close everything out, drag the fact book over, and say Corinth. I want to know about Paul and Corinth. That city comes up. We're going to open the Easton's Bible Dictionary and find out that Corinth actually is a relatively new city after it had been destroyed by the Romans. And we're also going to find something out about the Corinthian people. They are wealthy. They have a lot of luxurious items, and they're also immoral and vicious in their habits. And then what you're going to see in Paul's letter to the Corinthian church is all those habits crop up. So it's good to know what's going on in the culture and to understand what's going on in the culture as you're reading a text. You always go to your fact book. Okay, let me give you one power user tip here when it comes to your fact book and trying to look up places. Now, sometimes your words here will be underlined. The reason why this does that means that there's a fact book entry for each one of these. But that means that you have to have your fact book clicked in order to do that. So this little book up here is the fact book. So when you click it on, it turns on what's called a visual filter. We'll talk later session. But when you turn it on, and make sure you have people, places, and things ticked here, you'll show that it's underlined, which means anytime you click on a word, boom, your fact book is going to open up. It just takes one step out of the process. You can always drag your fact book open, but if you have your fact book tags clicked here, you can always just click on the word and it'll take you straight there. Happy searching. Hopefully this helps you with the persons, places, and things in the Bible. And we're going to continue next session to talk about more resources that you have in this free software. Unbelievable, right? But I'm hoping this helps in your personal Bible study. Grace and peace.